Recently, it came out the Taliban is not happy. They are very upset. They are not liking how everything played out in the end. It was all fun and games when you were committing jihad and hanging out with your friends in the mountains, no women around to nag you. You were doing little secret missions and you were fighting a revolution. You know, it gives you something to do with the boys. It's a real team building exercise. But they're not happy anymore because we withdrew and now they got what they wanted. They now run Afghanistan. The boys are not happy that they now got to clock in for work. It was, it was different when your boss wasn't over you watching your every step. There was no real time to clock in for terrorism. You just did terrorism. You were able to hate women freely because there were none around. But man, are they upset now? They do not like the 9-to-5 life. And who could blame them? Who does? Maybe that's the common ground we should have been meeting the Taliban on all these years. The 9-to-5 sucks. 5 young Taliban fighters described how their lives are now consumed by work and Twitter. Oh, wow. Look at that. In the end, we did win. We did get them to become more like America. Oh, traffic, rent problems, scrolling Twitter all day, talking to women. It's all part of a strange new life for the men who conquered Kabul. That's rough, because let's be honest. I mean, women can be a bit difficult to deal with. Not in the way they like to portray it. I want to make that clear. Because they can be a bit, hostile to women. As annoying as women can be, we discussed it last week on our Valentine's Day episode. We are still dumb. So now imagine you've gone from hanging out with your boys, exploding things. Now a woman's asking you for your work. Hey, this was due. This guy's asking for it. I'm only talking to you because he told me to talk to you. And now you're like, oh, back in the day, that guy was just talk to me one-on-one. Now I gotta deal with this woman. And now she's demanding I hand in paperwork? How dare she? I thought they'd be over the moon. They'd be so happy. But then you think about the women part, and that's definitely going to put a damper on things. It's putting a damper on Don Lemon right now. He's having a beef, I think, with one of his co-workers on that morning show. Yeah, Caitlin Collins. Hey, he hates her. They got into it recently. So maybe Don Lemon should join the Taliban. Maybe Don Lemon should do a story on the Taliban and they can meet, halfway. They hate their women co-workers. He hates Caitlin Collins. He also seems to hate Nikki Haley too, which is weird. Like, I didn't understand that. Let's pull that clip up.
This whole talk about age makes me uncomfortable. I think it's the wrong road to go down. She says people, politicians or something are not in their prime. Nikki Haley isn't in her prime. Sorry. When a woman is considered to be in her prime in her 20s and 30s and maybe 40s.
What are you talking? Wait.
That's not according to me.
Prime for what?
It depends. It's just like prime. If you look it up, it'll. If you Google when is a woman in her prime, it'll say 20s, 30s, and 40s.
Now I get what he's saying. Nikki Haley's, running for president. She's making age a thing, but did you really have to slam her like that? I bet he didn't ask those prime questions when Hillary was running, or Elizabeth Warren, or Katie Klobuchar. Listen, that's a last name and a half. But Don Lemon just hates women, and that's fine. That's fine. There's a place for him in the Taliban. Maybe he goes over there and goes, hey, I've worked this 9-to-5 grind before. I know what you guys are suffering through. Let me take over, and now I can fix Afghanistan. Maybe that's a solution to everyone's problem, really. We send Don Lemon to Afghanistan, and he now runs the government. He's hated women on a national TV scale. Why not help the jihadis in their current office problems? It's a thought. It's a solution. I'm not saying I'm right. I'm not saying I'm smart either. I'm just a guy trying to make things work.